Stewie excitedly recounted an event he had visited to Brian. While Lois was busy scolding Peter for wasting money on useless items, such as the new car lawn mower he had just bought. Peter, undeterred, decided to bother Quagmire, knowing Joe was away in Vegas. While mowing his lawn, Peter accidentally ran over a T-bone steak, which flew through the air and struck Quagmire, leaving him with a nasty wound. Quagmire ended up needing stitches and was prescribed antibiotics. While at the local pharmacy, Peter and Quagmire learned that business had been slow for Mort Goldman, the pharmacist. Peter, seeing an opportunity to help, suggested Mort implement a buy one get one free promotion to attract more customers. To promote the idea, Peter and Quagmire decided to fly a plane with a banner advertising Goldman Pharmacy. Unfortunately, things went awry when Quagmire, trying to dodge a tall building, caused the banner to tear loose. The rogue banner blinded a school bus driver, leading the bus to veer off the road and fall into the river. The incident made headlines, blaming Goldman Pharmacy's reckless advertising for the tragedy, which claimed the lives of many teenagers. Mort found himself in a dangerous situation and sought help from Peter and Quagmire. Peter and Quagmire advised him to file an insurance claim, mentioning that insurance companies often avoided paying out. Finally, they devised a more daring and dangerous plan: setting the pharmacy on fire. Without hesitation, they immediately set their plan in motion. They staged an arson scenario by tampering with the electrical panel and spreading flammable liquid everywhere. When a lighter was applied, the entire pharmacy erupted in flames. An insurance adjuster came to inspect the ruins and, to Mort's relief, confirmed that the insurance would cover all the damages. Despite this, Quagmire couldn't shake a bad feeling. Meanwhile, Joe returned from Vegas, determined to investigate the fire, much to the panic of Peter and Quagmire. Quagmire was pacing frantically, regretting his involvement in the scheme. When Joe arrived, the duo was terrified, but he only came bearing souvenirs, t-shirts from Vegas. Relieved but still on edge, Peter decided to keep Joe distracted to prevent him from investigating further, continuously messaging him about dinner plans and other trivial matters. One night, Quagmire, overcome with guilt, decided to confess. Peter and Mort were alarmed, fearing that their secret was about to be exposed. Just then, Joe showed up and, to their horror, played a voicemail Peter had left the night of the fire, indicating that they had been involved in the arson. Realizing the gravity of the situation, the trio was interrogated one by one and subsequently placed in jail. Peter tried to reason with Joe, explaining that their actions were only meant to help Mort and that the insurance companies were notorious for being unscrupulous. Mort chimed in, sharing how awful insurance companies could be, pointing out their reputation for exploiting customers. Joe, however, remained steadfast, emphasizing that they had committed insurance fraud, a serious crime. At this point, Quagmire snapped, expressing his frustration to Joe and accusing him of not understanding their desperation. Joe paused, visibly affected, and recounted his own harrowing experience with insurance companies. He described how they had mistreated him when he needed coverage for his medical expenses after the accident that left him paralyzed and led to the loss of his legs. Remembering the injustice he had faced, Joe softened. He sighed, realizing the difficult situation his friends were in, and decided to delete the incriminating voicemail. With the evidence gone, Joe released Peter, Quagmire, and Mort. The three walked out of the police station, grateful for Joe's understanding and the second chance he had given them. Despite the mess they had created, it was clear that their friendship had endured yet another wild chapter, and they were all relieved to have learned a valuable lesson about the lengths they would go for one another.